Justice Anderson, would you open us in the objection, would you mind? Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Right. First off, we have consideration of resolution authorizing the county judge to apply for fiscal year 2024 Arkansas Historic Preservation Program grant. Judge, you will enlighten.
So we're asking you again, we're asking you to get money, we're working with we're going to report it. And we'll apply for one of the rounds, getting their property, and we started out 6 years ago around here. It's probably going to, I don't know, it's probably be somewhere between 300,000 well, maybe all the territory. So we'll apply for this thing to get this passed, right? We get $25,000 from the working territory. Everything out of the building we've done, the pressure washing and the ceiling has came through grants from AHPP. And so we hope to get another one this year. And they're having court again in the courtroom now. However, it's not quite through we still have some blinds, just some small items like some touch up on the paint, one door that has to be replaced, the blinds, the arch top blinds that go in there. We're waiting on those to come. Hopefully by the end of January, we'll have everything done, and it looks fantastic. It looks really, really nice. So we're pretty proud of that. And that was part of that was done with the AHPP grant as well.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Got a motion from Justice Anderson, second from Justice McGrew. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, noes? Ayes have it. Motion carries. The next one we got is a consideration of a resolution authorizing county judge to apply for fiscal year 2024 energy efficiency and conservation block grant voucher. Judge, if you will.
So this is was pointed out to us by AAC, the Arkansas Association of Counties. It's a voucher for $70,000 that can be used for energy efficiency. And so what we're looking to do is replace the HVAC units in the government building. We've replaced 2 in the past 3 years, and we still have 7 more. Some of them are 1996 models, some of them older than that. And so we'll be looking at replacing those with this grant money, and we'll probably have to put some in ourselves. But this will go a long ways on becoming more energy efficient in that building and being able to get rid of some HVAC systems that have well outlived their expectancy.
Move for adoption.
Second. Got a motion from Justice Anderson, second from Justice Hunter. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it. Give the motion due pass. Next, we've got a consideration of a resolution authorizing Garland County and all of its departments and subdivisions to purchase goods or services exempt from soliciting bids as authorized by Arkansas Code annotated 1422-106-21.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Got a motion by Justice Anderson, second by Justice Rainey. Any discussion?
Yes, question to the judge. Part of this gives you the authority to move forward with purchases under certain circumstances which would require the approval of going forward. What would those be?
I don't think that's exactly what it says there. Let John read it to you and emphasize the points that we've got in it.
Just training, what this does, we present this to you every year. It allows the purchasing process to use an exemption in state law to avoid having to bid if the item has already been bid, contracts that have already been bid. Things like the state contract. This allows us to piggyback on that. There are a number of bidding services that exist out there, third-party services, and this allows us to use those. The language you're looking at is probably in the last whereas. It says without additional approval of the Quorum Court. Yeah, that just means that we can use another service if we come across another service without having to bring it back to you. It's not that the item would need approval of the court, it's just allowing us to expand if there's another entity out there.
And so during COVID, there was an issue. We'd always use Sourcewell, which is basically the same as state contract bidding. It's already been bid out, and Sourcewell is a group cooperative buying is what it is. And so they always provided the best price, the same as the state contract. We ran into a problem where we were having to buy stuff from out of state vehicles. We had to buy one in Florida, a couple in Florida. We had to buy a couple. Actually, we bought 10 in Texas for the sheriff's office. And we had to look at other agreements, cooperative agreements. And so this basically gives us the authority to use buying agreements. One of them, I think we had to purchase vehicles for the corner of the national fleet, but they're all cooperative buying agreements where it's already been bid out. The best price comes to you, and you can buy them and still meet all the requirements of the procurement of the state.
And I will note, just as training and for everyone's information, you'll see this every year. And that's not because the one we did the year before is ineffective. It's just that if we have to add any new vendors, we want you to be aware of that. And also, we like to have the most current dated document available to be able to send it out to a new purchasing co-op if we decide to use one. Hey, look, we have this new version approved right now. Here you go. So that's why you see this as a repeat document every year. The previous ones are still effective too.
Thank both of you for expanding on that.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it, motion carries. Give it a due pass. Next, we've got a consideration of an ordinance to approve an interlocal agreement between Garland County, Arkansas, and the city of Hot Springs for animal control services.
You want to get it on the floor first, then we'll talk about it?
Two.
Second.
Got a motion from Justice Rainey, a second from Justice Anderson. Any discussion?
This is our interlocal agreement that we do annually with the city of Hot Springs. It sets out, and we've already budgeted for the amount that we expect to pay. In the end, we pay actual, and usually it winds up being a little less than what we have budgeted. But I think the only changes this year were due to salary increases. Susan, is that right? I think the only change was due to salary increases because of the COLA that they had offered. So it's still, for our sake, it's still a good deal to be able to contract them. We purchase one vehicle for them that they use for the county, and then we share the resources that they have. And I know if you've been watching the newspaper or any at all, the animal shelter has been struggling with being full. So I'm going to expect in the next year or so that we're going to have to do some changes out there and probably enlarge that somewhat, and it will take more staff. Gosh, it just seems like everybody's surrendering pets anymore, and this is a bad time of year because people buy or receive a cat or a dog or some other animal for a pet, and they don't want or can't take care of it, and so they immediately take it and surrender it. Overall, it's going good. Anytime we've had any issue at all, they've been able to work it out for us. So I think it's still a good value for Garland County.
Just as I will add that the reason that you're seeing this is that it's required by statute for this type of agreement to be approved by the governing bodies of each entity. So the city of Hot Springs has already approved its resolution, and then we've signed the agreement, and then now you are looking at it for your approval. It's a formality. It will come to you every year for that reason.
Any further discussion?
Justice Owen. Sheriff, they've been doing a good job for your staff, haven't they?
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No. Ayes have it. Give the motion to do pass. Number 6, we got consideration of an ordinance to amend the 2024 Garland County Budget Ordinance 2341, anticipate revenues, appropriate funds, various budgets. A part is the county treasurer requests appropriation of $21,000 for the treasurer's automation fund to the treasurer's budget to pay $17,000 as a one-time software enhancement cost, which will automatically send remittances to vendors by email for electronic fund transfers and reduce postage and printing costs. The remaining $4,000 is to purchase a printer for the treasurer's office. On B part there, we've got the county library and request appropriation transfer of $20,000 from the county library fund, county library budget distribution line item to the overtime line item to pay for overtime approved by the Garland County Library Board of Trustees. Then we got C parts, sheriff received $39,534.96 from the Association of Arkansas Counties for total vehicle and the final payment for the hail damage. He would like to appropriate the funds in the county general fund to the budget with $30,610.67 going into the vehicle line item and $8,924.29 going into the auto parts and repairs line item.
Move for adoption. Second.
Got a motion by Justice Anderson, a second by Justice Hunter.
Chairman, question. On the flip side of it, I don't agree with this. I won't sign it here. Number 2 is that into consideration. Or is that part of 6? It's got ABC and then you flip over to 2.
I think that actually numbered.
I would say it's separate myself.
1 through 6.
You can just make 2, 3, 4 be 7, 8, 9 if you on the back page. Yes, sir.
Misnumber.
No.
I have a superintendent instructor to go, you would go, please. Go ahead. Pay for one-time software enhancement. How does that work? Because this is gonna be something that's gonna be ongoing for a long time. 17 grand is a lot of money to pay for an enhancement. What about the upgrade, like a or semi-annual basis? All that with that.
Needs to get on the mic. Vivian, you want to come up to the mic? And Susan might be able to help you more with this because it's going to be rotated to her budget after this initial year.
This is a program that our software FI will be writing for us so that when we pay vendors electronically, they'll be able to email out the advice. Right now, Susan's office is, the judge's office is emailing them personally, and that takes a lot of time. We'll also be able to for ACH vendors up to over 450 vendors, so that will reduce our time in having print checks, our check stock print, our postage.
Larry, and not to interrupt what she's saying, there's a fee, part of our big package of financial intelligence, which is our software for our financing, and it's an add to that. You'll remember about 2 years ago we went to the first ACH payment where we actually can pay online, but we were limited to the number we could use. So this is an initial to get the software drawn up, put in place, and then there'll be an annual fee of, I think it's $1,000. Is that right, Susan? Or
It's $100 a month. So $1,200 a year that I put in my budget, and I felt like I could absorb it. If I need the money later, I'll put it in there. But we were only able to do 23 of these automatic. And the reason we started this is because we were getting late fees for credit cards, energy bills. So we started doing these, but then it became such a huge job for my people and the judges to have to send these remittances out and break them apart and all the things we had to do. We asked our software to give us this enhancement about 2 years ago, and so I guess it's been about 2 years, I think. And then finally we've pushed and pushed, and finally they've agreed to do it. And so working with Jeff Winter and Vivian's office and the judges and ours, then they've finally it's on its way. We haven't gotten it yet, but we're just grateful to get it. We hope we do. It's gonna save us.
It will save us a lot of time and money, and Vivian was graceful enough to allow us to use the Treasurer's Automation Fund to pay for this initial amount, so it's not going to affect the budgeting.
I appreciate you all expanding upon it because I just had a little difficulty getting my arms around it because I know that software, is only good for a certain period of time. You have to do that.
Sure, and it's part of our big package that we try to put everything into, but it's going to allow significant amount more of ACH vendors, and so we'll be able to stop writing so many checks. It will save her office time and money, and it will save Susan's office and my office a lot of time and money, because anytime we send out in that manner, we have to go in, Anna or Cindy or someone in her office, someone in Susan's office has to go in and send an email to that vendor. Here's receiving a check. Here's what it's for. This software will take care of all of that and open us up to where we can have more ACH vendors, more than just 29. Thank you, Vivian.
Thank you. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it. Motion do pass. Next, we got the consideration of a transfer in the 2023 budget for the Collectors Automation Fund, tax collector of $3,140.84 from the travel line item to the machinery and equipment line item to pay for a generator at 200 Woodbine Street.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Got a motion from Justice Anderson, a second from Justice Dixon. Any discussion?
Rebecca's here. She might want to speak to it, but I believe she used the automation fund to pay for and we budgeted it for 2 years in a row. It took us 2 years to get a generator for a complete building. It's going to cover the revenue office, the assessor's office, and the tax collector's office. They installed it, and after install, this was more than what she had budgeted because of the increases in wiring, things of that nature to get it tied in. So that's a run.
Oh,
Sure.
no, not yet.
It's in and operational now.
Yeah, I think you missed it, but then they might have done it all.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, no. Ayes have it. Motion gets to pass. Other business. Hot Springs Metro Partnership Report from Gary Troutman.
Mr. Chairman, would it be okay with you if we defer to Gary to the Quorum Court meeting, and then we'll have discussion about it afterwards? Because we're going to be here within 30 minutes of each other.
I figured that, but I wanted to give him the option to make up his mind.
I was going to request the very thing, so thank you.
Very good. We'll see you in a minute.
Appreciate it.
We got our position and salary adjustments.
A lot of these you'll see on here are bringing these individuals up to the appropriated amount that was, we put in the budget for them. And, in the dispatch and at the landfill, they're trying to bring everyone to the same level and the amount that was appropriated. It's budget neutral, but trying to retain employees as much as we can.
Got the overtime reports. Our 0.5% county taxes and
Still seeing good growth in our tax.
everything looks like it's growing. Without anything further, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All right,
I'll have to have a second.
we are adjourned.
Come on, man.
we're ready for ordinance. We're ready. Time for ordinance. Leave it alone.
Call the meeting of the ordinance committee to order. Anybody got anything before we start? I believe the first one is resolution number R 24-01, a resolution of the Quorum of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing the county judge to apply for a fiscal year 2024 Arkansas Historic Preservation Program EP grant on behalf of Garland County.
Move we give it a due pass.
And a motion and a second do pass. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Given a due pass. Next one's resolution number R 24-02, a resolution of the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing the county judge to apply for a fiscal year 2024 Energy Efficiency and Conservation Block Grant, EECBG, voucher on behalf of Garland County.
I move for a due pass.
Second.
Been a motion and a second in favor of due pass. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. It's given a due pass. Next one's resolution number R 2403, a resolution to declare a vacancy in the office of Garland County Coroner and request that the vacancy be filled pursuant to state law and for other purposes.
Move we give it a due pass.
That resolution has been given a due pass and there's a second. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion for the resolution is accepted. And next one's resolution number R 24-4, a resolution of the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing Garland County and all of its departments and subdivisions to purchase goods or services exempt from soliciting bids as authorized by Arkansas Code Annotated Section 14-22-106, parens 21.
Move we give it a due pass.
Been a motion and a second for a due pass. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Given a due pass. Next is ordinance number O 24-01, an ordinance to approve an interlocal agreement between Garland County, Arkansas and the city of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and for other purposes. This is the one we talked about, animal control services. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
I do pass.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second for due pass. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Given a due pass. Do we need to take this interlocal agreement that need to come before the?
Sir? Have appropriation ordinance,
Pardon me?
appropriation ordinance.
02402.
For the appropriation ordinance of 2402. We have a motion to approve.
So moved. Give it a due pass. Second.
Motion for a due pass and second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. It's given a due pass. think that's all there is of those. Anything else from anybody? Then if there's nothing else, ready to end that meeting.
Call the January meeting of first one of 2024 of the Quorum Court to order. And we're blessed enough to have Brother David Brunet here to give us the blessing tonight. Before we get started, if you would come forward to the microphone and we'll stand and we will pray with you.
Heavenly Father, I ask that you lift up our leaders that are present here this evening, and to give them strength and wisdom as they bring decisions. Draw them close to you, Lord, to your wisdom and to your ways, your loving grace. I ask that you would help lead them in making the right choices, one that aligns with you, Lord, with you like your perfect will and your perfect. I pray, Heavenly Father, that what business is conducted this evening will please you. It will bring you honor. It will glorify your precious holy name. Lord, I ask for your blessing on all that is completed tonight, and that you will continue, Father, to help unite and love the people of Garland County as we work together to help one another. I ask for blessings for the residents who live in our local community, all in our states, all who live in our nation, Father, as we seek to be the country that you have created, and faithful to you, to your commandments, and Lord, and everybody, families, all who love you. Precious name of Jesus Christ, we pray.
Amen. Thank you, Brother David. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Brother David, and you're welcome to stay, or if you want to go, thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again. Sir, would you please call the roll?
Justice Broughton.
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Dixon.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Wright. Here. Owen. Myers.
Here.
Brazil.
Here.
Peters.
Here.
McGrew. Here. Hunter.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Rainey.
Here.
Thank you. Is there anyone here that wishes to speak to anything on the agenda tonight? Sarah, would you, excuse me. Chair will entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Peters. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes from December 11th and
So
December.
moved.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Hunter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Exhibit A through E are in your packet. Include statement of cash positions, operations, and minutes from 3 meetings. Chair will entertain a motion to approve those exhibits.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by
Brown and McGrew.
Justice Brown, second by Justice McGrew. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Committee reports. Ordinance Committee. We'll skip over Ordinance Committee. Environmental Services, Public Works and Buildings. Justice Hunter.
Judge, we did not meet.
Thank you, sir. Finance Committee. Justice Brazil.
Finance Committee met just prior to this meeting tonight, and everything on the agenda received a due pass.
Thank you, sir. Human Resources Committee. Justice Anderson.
Judge, Exhibit E represents the business that came before us on December 8th, 23.
Thank you. Public Health, Welfare, and Safety Committee. Training.
We did not meet, Judge.
Thank you. Information Technology Committee. Justice Young.
Did not meet.
Justice Broughton, do you remember the happenings of the Ordinance Committee that you could report on? There's Justice Owen. Thank you, sir. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the committee report.
So moved.
Motion made by Brazil, second by Peter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, same sign. Okay, we've got some special presentations tonight. Acknowledgement of individuals who have we have been fortunate enough to have employed in Garland County for 10 years. Justice Anderson, the chair of the Human Resources Committee, will pass out our thanks and certificate for those individuals that are here tonight. 2 of them could not make it because of prior obligations. Bo Roberts from the Department of Emergency Management could not be here, and Dennis Golden from Circuit Court Division 2 could not be here. First on the list from the prosecutor's office is Candace Musney.
Go, cousin.
Thank you, Candace. She's always a bright face in the courthouse. Next on the list is Jason Whitehead from the Detention Center. Thank you, Jason. He's usually escorting people in and out of the courthouse. Next on the list is Andrew Wells from the Detention Center. Thank you, Andrew. We're proud to have these individuals employed here in Garland County to be part of our team, and thank them for their 10 years of service. I know that some of you may have something else to do, like go watch the national championship football game, but if not, you can stay. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Candace. Moving to our resolutions, Sarah, would you please read R-2401 by title only?
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution of the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing the county judge to apply for fiscal year 2024 Arkansas Historic Preservation Program grant on behalf of Garland County.
Move for due pass. Second. Brown.
Justice Brown made a motion, second by Justice Peters. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right. Sarah, R 2402 by title only, please.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution of the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing the county judge to apply for a fiscal year 2024 energy efficiency and conservation block grant voucher on behalf of Garland County.
Judge, I move that we adopt resolution 2402.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Dixon. I heard her over there.
I know, I'm looking closer.
Good job. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, 2402 approved. R 2403 by title only, please, Sarah.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution to declare a vacancy in the office of Garland County Coroner and request that the vacancy be filled pursuant to state law and for other purposes.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Dixon, second by Justice Anderson. Any discussion? So this process will be the same on this. We will run an ad in the newspaper. It's on our website. We will accept application. Sorry.
Go ahead. What? Go ahead.
We will accept applications until the 19th. We will meet on the 22nd for interviews. We will appoint a coroner on the 29th. So there'll be two special quorum court meetings to do the interview and do the appointment on the 29th. So they should basically start service then. I don't know. I haven't heard if we're going to have a lot of applicants, but we're going to start that process tomorrow or Wednesday, actually, when it runs in the paper.
What was that other, the 29th? What was the other date?
The 22nd, we'll meet to do interviews that night, depending on how many we have. John, I guess if we don't have only one applicant, we could alter that to.
Judge, it would be at the discretion of the quorum court if they wanted to hear that person at all. If you only have one, you're not required to have an interview. If you wanted to hear from them, you could.
Jimmy, did you have a question?
Yeah, I did. Back to, we just did this process with Tim's position, the
Treasurer.
excuse me. And there were some questions at that time and later by myself and by other justices regarding the partisan aspect of the office and
About the what,
the
Jimmy?
partisan aspect of the office, whatever party that the applicant might be affiliated with. And I would like to revisit that. I don't know if we're going to discuss this or parse further the procedures or if this is the time to do that.
So
My questions.
Garland County's position on that will be that you do not discuss partisan. Obviously, if you feel you need to, you can, but our position is in an interview, we don't discuss partisanship,
Okay.
and they're taking
I'll
those
address
interviews.
the same point that I made the last time. That would be very acceptable in a private sector interview. The issue here is that state law or state dictate has some seats in some different city, county, whatever jurisdictions as partisan seats for the electorate. And this is a partisan seat. The treasurer's office is a partisan seat. Any other county in Garland County, we would be under state statute as a partisan position. A quorum court is elected as partisan parties. A quorum court could have a majority of libertarians or a majority of Democrats or Republicans, whatever. And the nature of that majority to that county would influence the nature of how they were elected by party. We have people we're putting into a position that under state statute are in a office that was elected by partisan standards. I don't believe that we're in order to not at some point. I've got 3 points of opportunity within the process. I don't know if any of them are acceptable at the point in time of the application when they apply to state their partisan position or lack of partisan position. In the interview questions that are written, ask that question, or by individual JPs, which that wasn't acceptable in the first
process. But when we have a state that has a statute that says that it's a partisan seat, and we're a partisan body, um, I believe that there's influences in certain jobs, not particularly this one, but in the treasurer, I would say more so, and in different functions of different elected positions that we should be, as this 13-person body, influencing our decision by what we are. So if that makes any sense, circles back around the fact that we should be identifying candidates if they have a preference so that we would know and the public would know. And also, two other points that we've been told over and over by yourself and John when this process was described and defined by the state mandate for the quorum court to replace someone that's resigned, that we are in control of this process, that it's ours to do. So I don't know when I move to possibly vote and be defeated, or when, and putting it on there as partisan in one of these 3 points, whether it's the candidate's application, whether it's the interview process questions that are written questions, or whether it's the JPs that ask the question. I just believe it's only right to the process, to the state statute, that it be replaced with the partisan preference being known.
I appreciate your input. I guess the confusion comes about where these are being treated as interviews, and in the process of interview, that would be a discriminatory question to ask.
In a secular setting, in a private sector setting, it would be, not in a government setting, because the state law says it's a partisan position.
Let me finish. Like I said, Garland County's position will be that we don't do that. If you prefer to do that, strictly up to you. All we're doing tonight is declaring a vacant.
Point of order, county attorney, I believe that the state would need to be at some level ask whether a partisan seat should be taken into a dimension of not being a partisan replacement.
Justice Young, I'll prepare a memo and distribute it to all the justices about the appropriateness of the questions in this scenario.
Thank you.
And I'll do that before we get to the interview stage.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I guess I got a worse. So I understand what you're saying. You're saying it's a Republican position, then only Republicans should be interviewed.
No, not at all. Everyone, I want to hear anybody, but since the state statute states that it's a partisan position, and we've been told repetitiously that we're like the electorate and that we are doing the job of the electorate as the quorum court to fulfill this position, and it is a partisan position by state mandate, when does it become exempt of being partisan? Who says we will replace this office holder in a circumstance where we've seen 2 resignations, which I don't think I've seen another resignation in 7 years that I've been here. We're seeing that, and so influences, according to what the people elected, a quorum court that's majority Democrat would be influenced, knowing they're filling a Democrat's seat and have stated their position. Where you come to economics, I'm sorry to broaden this, but we're back with the treasurer. There are very far differing positions of party influenced people ideology on how treasury money would be, our county money would be invested or not invested. So we have influences that are ideological, that a seat that the state says is a partisan seat, that if we don't ask them what their influences are and put them in a treasurer's position, they could be from some outer limit party that says you take all the money you take, do whatever you want to do with it, and then we would have a bad influence in the Treasury Department, not any particular party being mentioned. But we have a partisan seat, and there are influences within different partisan preferences. So it should be refilled, not by the party that it was in it, but simply identifying the candidates by party preference. I believe I can say this, Chairman Albaugh, Republican Party, I believe there's been some discussion within the party, and I believe it fell to the side of saying, yes, there should be identification of the applicants by party affiliation. Am I right?
Any further discussion?
I have something I would just like to throw into the mix. I found that the process that we went through with the prepared questions was a bit awkward. Some of the questions required up to 3 or 4 answers the way they were given. And I think that was an impediment to the applicants because if you will recall, several of them had to ask to have the question repeated. I would suggest that we go with a single question from the standpoint of soliciting a single reply and keeping the question simple and let them address that before we move on to something else and not have as many complex questions as we had initially. I don't think it served either us on the quorum court, nor did it serve the applicants well, because we didn't really get out of that, or at least I didn't, as detailed as much information as I was hoping we would get. Just a suggestion on what we do, should it proceed to that point.
Understood. Justice Myers?
Judge, one I was going to say at first, but I agree with what Justice Rainey was saying. And, to echo back to what Justice Young was talking about, there's kind of a related point. The questions that were asked of the candidates in the treasurer's position, the quorum court really didn't have any input on those listed set of questions, which I thought most of them were appropriate. I do agree with Justice Rainey that some of them were a little complex, but to Justice Young's point, I want to plan on talking about this. I'm not ashamed to say it. I think the position should be filled by a Republican. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't interview people of other political affiliations. And hey, people lie about their political affiliation all the time. I can say I'm a Democrat or Republican and be the exact opposite. So I think that regardless, we've got to vote and approve this resolution. I mean, there's nothing that needs to be done before we vote on that. But I think if there were to be somebody that wanted to change something in the process for interviewing the applicants for coroner, tonight would probably be the time to do it. If we tried to do it at the meeting on the 22nd, it would probably be too late. So I'm not making a motion, but I'd encourage anybody that was going to apply for coroner, if you feel comfortable, put your political affiliation on the resume when you submit it. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't do it. That'd be one of the possible solutions I'd offer.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you. Sarah, R2404 by title only, please.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution of the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas, authorizing Garland County and all of its departments and subdivisions to purchase goods or services exempt from soliciting bids as authorized by Arkansas Code annotated 1422-106-21.
Move. Second.
Motion made by Justice Rainey, second by Justice Brown. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Sarah, O2401. Please read in its entirety.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to approve an interlocal agreement between Garland County, Arkansas and the City of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and for other purposes. Whereas Garland County and the City of Hot Springs have a continuing interlocal agreement whereby the city furnishes animal control services to the county, and whereas such agreement is in the best interest of the county, as the county has no dedicated animal control department, and the arrangement provides cost savings to the county, and whereas such agreement is in the best interest of the City of Hot Springs, as it provides for revenue to the city, And whereas Arkansas Code annotated 1414-910 requires that interlocal agreements be approved by the governing body of each party, and that the quorum court shall authorize such agreements by ordinance. And whereas the Finance Committee has previously met and approved this ordinance, now therefore it be enacted by the Quorum Court of Garland County, Arkansas. Section 1, findings and approval. The interlocal agreement attached hereto and incorporated herein between Garland County and the City of Hot Springs for animal control services is declared to be in the best interest of Garland County and is hereby approved. Section 2, authorization. The county judge is hereby authorized to enter into said interlocal agreement and any necessary renewals thereof. Any such previous or currently existing agreement is hereby ratified. Section 3, emergency clause, that an emergency is hereby declared to exist and the ordinance shall be enforced and shall take effect upon passage and publication.
Judge, I move we place ordinance O-2201 on its second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brown, second by Justice Anderson, to place O-2401 on its second reading by title only. Sarah, please call the roll.
Justice Broughton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Wright, Owen, Myers,
Yes.
Brazil,
Yes.
Peters, McGrew,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Rainey.
Yes.
All right, Sarah, please read O-2401 by title only.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of the County State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to approve an interlocal agreement between Garland County, Arkansas and the City of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and for other purposes.
Judge, I move to suspend the rules, place ordinance 2401 on its second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Anderson. Justice Dixon. Sarah, please call the roll.
Justice Broughton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Wright, Owen, Myers,
Yes.
Brazil,
Yes.
Peters, McGrew, Hunter,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Rainey.
Yes.
Sarah, please read O-2401 by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to approve an interlocal agreement between Garland County, Arkansas and the City of Hot Springs, Arkansas, and for other purposes.
Including the emergency clause.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Rainey, second by Justice Dixon, to approve O-2401 in its entirety, including emergency clause.
Right.
All right. Any discussion? Sarah, please call the roll.
Justice Broughton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Wright, Owen, Myers,
Yes.
Brazil,
Yes.
Peters, McGrew,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Rainey.
Yes.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion to suspend the rules to read appropriation ordinances by title only.
So moved.
Motion made by Brazil, second by Justice Broughton. Sarah, please call the roll.
Justice Broughton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Owen, Myers,
Yes.
Brazil,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
McGrew,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Rainey.
Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. 2402 by title only.
Being enacted by the Quorum Court of Garland County, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to amend the 2024 Garland County Budget Ordinance O-2341 to anticipate revenues and appropriate funds in various budgets and for other purposes.
Judge, I move that we adopt ordinance 2402.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Peters, to adopt O-2402. Any discussion? Sarah, please call the roll.
Justice Broughton,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Dixon,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Wright, Owen, Myers,
Yes.
Brazil,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
McGrew,
Yes.
Hunter,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Rainey.
Yes.
Okay. Other business. Metro Partnership. Gary, you want to give your report?
Judge, on Gary's last appearance before us, he made a request that he be, that his reports be amended so that he only gives his report at the Quorum Court meeting. And we've not addressed that. Do we need to address this in a separate matter, or is it something we can settle tonight?
It's the next item on the agenda there under, as soon as he gives his report, we'll address that.
Very good. Thank you. it is.
Not obviously December is one of our slower months, but I would want to thank our new chairman, senior relatives here tonight, Brett Atkins on our chamber board, Paul from our staff area, earlier in the evening. In December, we had economic for adult Eric Jackson, Mississippi teacher speaker, several others visit our spring and to one Trevor and Express. She's been here the last few months, she's not here tonight, but attended the Realtor Double Tree, and Gerald was elected as the president of the Gerald is on modern, had 278 students, had a rating poll, great, and really good feedback from that part. Yeah, we had a crowd who works with us, was great for the market today. That year, Garland, Savannah, you might realize that he is the owner of the large portion of the orange, and he was being told to bring on Chick-fil-A or say, or go now. So, understand what he's doing.
Oh,
That's general at the POV party, Frank and Jim Arthur returned back here. Was involved in the election for the breastplate, and I'm trying to forgot the last two poll sites came in, and that's 2%.
Agreed.
So that's we had lunch with our trustees or the partnership that they I'm going home. I was just trusting guys and your point. So my board of trustees there really best neighbor. We had well, y'all tonight that zero had a really nice story. Has the visual all pickleball, and that's obviously very significant. We have a nice story for local newspaper is covered by the so thank you. So I believe the pickleball had try to come down in our homes. Here it is. Here's the first thing today. Here, for us, for the presidential search in National Guard County, is that we take a look at stuff that's replaced, and that's 173 tomorrow, back in Thursday for 9th grade. We talked about one interested, one state, one Howard, who's the Arkansas project director, will be on guest. So, get up, I brought Rob and his request throughout the state. Eventually, first meeting on Thursday. I had to find a clue this tonight, but I'm going to make sure Washington the grill and had their really safe called and a great little place named and last time we are in the table and probably just feel that to village
Judge, I'd like to move to adopt the Metro Partnership report.
Motion made by Justice Myers, second by Justice Anderson. Discussion.
I just like to say, I recuse myself. It's new, it's a new year. I'm going to try something new. I'm excited about the Metro Partnerships 2024 Chair Ben Signorelli's leadership. So, as my New Year's present to you, I'm going to give you unanimous support, barring nobody voting against it.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. All right, let's address the Metro Partnership just giving a report once a month rather than twice. Since we are just approving the report now and it's not the financing, finance is approved in budget. We're open for discussion. how you want to do it. If you if you want to make a motion, however you want to do it, if you want to just discuss it, talk to Gary about it. I think it's no, we're not gonna let you make any points. I'm just go ahead, Gary.
Just revisiting a month ago, the request was that I don't get to see you all for 3 weeks, and then I see the finance committee, and I give a pretty inclusive report there that told me 7 people, and we come back and get a similar report, we cut that on a week later to 13. So just in the interest of your time and ours, I just thought it'd be more productive to give a presentation once a month as we do the city. Just training, you asked about a report. The only reason that I would refer to the way we do it is, for instance, last month I talked to you on December 11th. I was literally able to give you up to the minute that day. This report with the city, I do it on a monthly basis. So we're meeting tonight, the 8th, I mean tomorrow the 9th, that they would send information where you all get it at time, 30-day rotating basis.
Right.
And your report, that work out, put it out, you report it, later.
I think initially we had to come into finance and quorum court due to the fact that it was approval of funding. We had broke it down to a 12-month period, but now since we don't do that, we're just approving a report. It doesn't need to go through that chain. So I would entertain it to move it to once a month.
Move to have the report given Washington.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Sanderson, second by Justice Dixon. Any discussion further? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you very much. Anybody have anything on the overtime report that they want to talk about? We looked at it earlier in finance, but it's in your packet there.
I just have a comment I want to make. It's low. It's going down. I like to see it.
Don't
It had
count
some
on
good
it.
at the holidays, but it's going down.
You know, we actually had pretty good staffing, and we're holding better than we were, but it continues to ebb and flow. And we've got quite a few out right now with illnesses as well. So we're trying to do what we can. Anything else? New business? Get anything? I guess we better vote on the overtime report. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the overtime report.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Justice Brazil, second by Justice Broughton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
I'll move that we adjourn if there's nothing further.
We are adjourned.